Welcome back, YouTube, to more MSQ playthrough. We are in Dawntrail, and we are continuing the story. Luke Wooklamot just became Dawn Servant, and we're outside of the Sun Perch, which I believe is the palace. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Wooklamot was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part with the second promise was surprising, but between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn Servants will be capable of anything. The future of Tural is bright indeed. Earlier in Yaktel. It's good to see them laughing together.
Change is in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Well, you didn't have much time left, did you? Wooklamot has truly come into her own, has she not? Indeed. Even as she moved the people with her heartfelt words, she retained a characteristic spontaneity, as evidenced by her nomination of Kona as fellow Dawn Servant. As certain as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Kona completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Wooklamot secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tural will prosper under their care. Everyone, thank you for coming. I could see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawn Servant. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me Lamachi. It'd be an honor. Thank you. It means a lot to me. It would also be my honor to call you Lamachi. Mine as well. Indeed, consider us your Eorzean cousins if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousins? It's a little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who are visiting for the occasion. Could you wait for me here? Of course. We'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, MSQ? Wonderful. Come and meet me outside the Winged Walk, then. Where is the winged walk? Ready? Let's go. First stop is Aunt T's Tacos. And not just for a snack, I promise. Wukivu and Mablu should be there. Ooh. How much further can we jump down? Uh-oh. I want to get stuck. Dawn Servant Wuklamat, words cannot express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities. I'm still the same old me. Alright then, I shall forego formalities. But I cannot. You are Dawn Servant. Too disrespectful it is to address you without your due title. As Dawn Servant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. Alright then, I won't bother anymore. I could be more easily converse with the drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Woklamat become Dawn Servant, MSQ. Political opinions in our community have been divided, but a Dawn Servant's ascension presents us all with a prime opportunity, which is why I convinced everyone to participate in a commemorative sales campaign. Wonderful plan, no? My first big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, so long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's so good to see all of you again. I wanted to personally thank each of you for your help. The Feat of Reeds and the Feat of Gold were my first true tests as a claimant. If not for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood its importance. Now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Tural has to offer. And Jacques Tural, for instance. Woo! As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as a tutor, should you desire them. I can think of no better instructor. I'll be sure to bring Kona as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Hihana next season. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. When I've made a name for myself as a merchant, I'll come by the palace and tell you all about my biggest sales. I look forward to it. I have been personally attending to our alpaca's care. There we hope to see you at the ranch again. Tell my fluffy, spit-filled friend that Wuklamant will visit soon. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. Oh, you haven't seen Farjantain around here, have you? A tall, slim fellow with long, pointy ears? I saw a man matching that description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy, in the company of a moblin and a pair of yokoi, if I remember correctly. Bayside Bevy, got it. Enjoy the festivities, everyone, and the tacos. It's a little choppy in town. Ooh, the Yakoi here is massive. Wukla, Dawn Servant, MSQ, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know the journey to Tuliala isn't a short one. Long road worth the travel to congratulate new Dawn Servants. To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow. but we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be as offerings to the future he envisioned. The High Luminary and I attend on behalf of Wallar's Echo. Had our people come en masse, it would have been an obstruction. Nonsense, you're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, though I know little of the particulars. I can only imagine your latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Beginning with near shipwreck, if you remember, yet here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant. When my journey began, I thought only of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. But the feat of pots, the feat of proof, and the feat of ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that was what my father envisioned for this nation. That's the Tural law I want for you all. So I promise you this, as Dawn Servant, I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits in Kozamuka and the Yakoi of Charawag Saltern. I won't forsake them. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too many Chawadagar come to accept your peace. Their beliefs have stood for a millennium. While not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words. I can vouch for the efficacy of such determination. Thanks to the Moblins' hospitality, I have been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. Now that good living is secure, the village overflows with field smiles. Such cooperation between Delpans and Potsworn is the very spirit of a healthy pot pact. A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There are some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Let's try and find Hiro Maruk. There's a Braxraz. I believe I saw him on the sands below. The clean sands. Thank you. Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home too. Now, if I jump on the roof, does she jump on the roof? Oh my god. I mean, she ran, but... My, you honor us with a personal visit, Dawn Servant. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Wook Lamat. More than just, I'd say. You've grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so, but big events like this make me wonder, you know? What my birth parents might say if they knew? I imagine they would say that it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman you have become. I owe you my thanks as well, fulfilling your promise to me. I told Balkul Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate in person, but he marched off, muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. The boy needs purpose. Purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliging for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the way, have you seen Ketenram anywhere? Tankwa, that is. Ketenram, was it? Strong name, if a bit exotic. We called upon him before leaving Mamuk, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. The first promise was notably absent as well, though I assume he required time to salve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. As for Tankwa, I'm sure he's around somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. We'd best be going, but relax, enjoy, and make yourselves at home. Come and visit us anytime. All right. I think I found everyone I could find. Let's return to the others in the winged walk. Welcome back. I hope you didn't rush on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tulishola with me. I'm not forcing you, of course, but should you wish it, you'll always have a place here. Ah, that's right. This is for you. A permit granting passage to Tural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see.
I forgot about that.
Adventurer like you could hardly resist.
I forgot about that. We can't. We couldn't get there without a pass, and we couldn't get the pass until the Rite of Succession was done. That's right.
I can't believe our journey is over already. You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn servant duties. I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamuk, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it. And by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tulishola as well.
By all means, your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Tural, perhaps?
That's the plan.
Of course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Then perhaps we could travel together? The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Tural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Tural Skygate.
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
Okay. Skygate's up that way. We have the mini aetherite shard, so we're gonna go ahead and take it. Massive gate. This is gonna be a massive bridge. Past these gates and over the bridge lies Tural. You have your permit, yes? Packed and ready? No last minute stops to make before we leave. Forgive me. I'm afraid traveling with our new Dawn servant may have scarred me for life. Meanwhile, in the depths of the sky deep cenote, this is the gate to the Golden City. 2 decades ago, your father bade me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the salt, petitioning the study of... Really? Can I finish? What he discovered was something the Dawn Servant feared enough to seal away forever. Or so we thought until the right's objective became the City of Gold. But to think the Tanqua would be entrusted with its safekeeping. Had I known that tottering old fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. Great power sleeps here, and with it you shall obtain your birthright. So you say, yet the new Dawn servant succeeded where I could not. Taking their throne will be no easy task. The resilient son underestimates his own potential. There is no need for worry. I have liberated the key from the Dawn servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. You will gain all you were denied. The weight, your father's shade. These bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise. Open the gate and become the ruler you are destined to be. It's working. Is some there? Can hear me? At last. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. And you are the guardian of the city's great power. My throat. I should not have recorded today. Do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire to remake worlds. Is that so? Fascinating. Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself. Yes, yes, the resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. Promise, why? The useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my will. As you wish, but in exchange. Ready to get underway. And present your travel pass to the guard and let us be off. You won't have to wait long until you enjoy sightseeing. The bridge to Tural is a wonder in its own right. This gate is barred to all save those with express permission from one of the Dawn servants. Signed by Frau Wuklemat herself. My apologies, sir. If you would wait here just a moment. Interesting that they have two different uniforms.
Shall we then?
It's a massive bridge. Whoa.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shatona tongue. A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona supporters hurtle on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
Shaloni.
My home, Yasolani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier. As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
Whoa, the music. I feel like I should go grab that aetheryte. I'm gonna grab that aetheryte. This music, though. Soken is a genius. Sultan Ronik. Afraid so. If one will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. But if you need two, then you'll have to wait. The Ronik have been acting strangely of late, more easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out the few fit for the rent's proven bothersome work. They're usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. Much has changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. About that, sir. As well traveled as you look, it's not only for the Runic that they've been giving us trouble, but the wildlife have been shown signs of aggression too. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around till they do, and I'll see you both on Runic for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. The Ronique, Ehrenfeld, the Ronique! If this is your first time in Shalani, I can understand your enthusiasm. Be ashamed not to ride one at least once while you're here. Fair point. If we were to give you the authentic Shalani experience, I suppose it's worth their wait. Right, change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. Take it you're heading to Usatawi then. I'll have a man bring the Runique over there. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and troublemakers. Last time I was here, it was a little more than a camp with a shop or three.
Well, well. It's become a proper town. Hey!
Now hold on a minute.
Some sort of trouble.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat? Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine. If that's how it's gonna be.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Is that?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey! What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekoa is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd. Talk is rife there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Tural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
Going wherever the wind blows, eh?
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
We didn't get compensated for our duel and we finished.
We don't serve Sabotender here.
No sooner do we set out than we run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dustwatch has their work cut out for them. But as long as I remember, all disputes big or small were settled by dueling. The peoples of Shaolani rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives though, it encourages parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. The Dustwatch was likely established by supporters of Kona, preferring peace enforced through the formal rule of law. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zeral Jaw's authority. All of which is to say that, unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with the Ronik by now. I'll go on ahead to check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. See any blue quests? Oh, I'm not doing blue quests on this character. We got the Aether Ray. Let's go ahead and head over. Good friend, I take it. Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we've got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our runique, which is why I have to ask you to stop at Sheshinowazi Springs. That's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dustwatch dealt with this banditry? Kimaka and his fellow are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them all up's easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning, or be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. Ready, and saddle up. Your friend seems to know the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. This is your first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. I continue to be struck by how much Shalani has changed. That town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, travelers turn to Nopali tenders. Not just for the water in their stems, mind, their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it is brimming with ceruleum. The eruption of flames from within makes for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wander too close. The Walaki, meanwhile, show great reference to ceruleum and its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We're here. A good thing for this rink. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on rink. Now then. This is Sheshanewesi Springs, perhaps the busiest town here in Shaloni. People travel here from all over hoping to find their fortune. The change come to Hushitawi was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Iyate is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. Yes, I'm Liate. And who might you be? He is my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is. Ellen Ehrenver, yes. A man grown. You were such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since we last spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Well, this is Yate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown. Ellen Ishbia. Ellen, what now? Alright. I was born Elenishpia and adopted a new name when I became a gleaner, one that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. Homecoming? You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stomping grounds myself. It would be good to see Chikwa again. She's the finest archer I know. Lenishpia's mother and mentor. Every time I drop by, she'd treat us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. You're impressive with the bow too, Liate, even among the Shitona. Oh, couldn't compare to Chikwa. Kakwa. Kakui. Kakuya. But her skill at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among the Gulu Jaja's traveling companions, after all. She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tural lit a fire in her. Even after Lenepshia was born, she often let him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along. I had a sneeze, sorry. It must have been hard on you. Yate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. Come to me when you can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all path led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing. Oh, she'll be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Well, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Kakuya. I need some help. What's that about? We'll investigate. Please wait here. We'll find out exactly what's going on in the next one. Apologies, because I'm not feeling completely 100%, but I really want to play MSQ, and yeah, I'm suffering in the voices and everything and the energy. So, thank you for watching, and I apologize again. It's so good. I want to keep going, but I'm going through it. Yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.